Police in Louisville, Kentucky say they're zeroing in on a motive for yesterday's mass shooting inside a bank.
This morning, we learned the suspect purchased the rifle used in the shooting legally on April 4th. SWAT team members also went into the shooter's home in Louisville yesterday. We also learned from the police that they will be releasing body cam footage of the incident at the bank later today. This morning, both Louisville's interim police chief and its mayor reflected on how to move forward following the massacre.
My focus and my team's focus is to make sure that we continue to move forward and protect and serve this city and actually begin the healing process and the recovery process for everyone that is involved on yesterday.
We need to come together with support and love and prayer for those who are still recovering, for those who are grieving, and then also we need to come together to take action.
Joining us now is Greg Fischer. He served as the mayor of Louisville for more than a decade. He left office at the start of this year. He also formerly served as the president of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Mayor, first of all, just on behalf of all of us, we're so sorry for what you, your family, and the town that I'm sure you love are going through. I understand that you, too, like Governor Fischer, knew Tommy Elliott, one of the victims, and that you knew him for 40 years, I understand. Can you please tell us about him? What was he like?
Oh, Tommy was a great friend 40 years ago. He called on me when I was a young business person and told me he wanted to be my private banker. And I reminded him that I was worth less than $5,000. I had an old car and a collection of vintage Jimi Hendrix records. So we became fast friends after that and kind of grew our careers together. And when I decided to seek public office, I asked him to be my campaign finance manager, and he willingly said yes as a volunteer. It's a really tough job. It's the kind of guy that he was. If he could help somebody, he would help somebody. And we lost an amazing human being, an individual, and Tommy Elliott today, and the others as well. But look, this is the sick reality in America today. We've barely gotten over mourning the most recent mass shooting in Nashville, Tennessee, just 3 hours south of Louisville. And another one takes place now in my city, and my friend being taken from us. And this is just an unacceptable situation in our country. Everybody deserves to live in safety. Yeah. And the political inaction against this is just absolutely unacceptable and cowardly.
Greg, you use the phrase sick reality, and it is something that for all of us who have covered this, who have any experience with it, it is sickening. And what always happens is people start to talk about the need to stop these mass shootings, but then actually trying to get people to agree on how to do so, it seems increasingly bleak. Yeah. What is it going to take to actually get people to set aside politics to try and come up with actual solutions?
It's going to get those that are holding power it's an extreme Republican wing right now that's wedded to the gun lobby. And I'm sorry to make this partisan, but that is the reality of what it is. It's going to take them getting voted out of office. And 75% of Americans want some type of gun safety reform. Over half of them are Republicans as well. So this is something that America universally wants. We want to be safe. We want to be able to go to the grocery store and not be looking over our shoulder. So until the political reality hits these people that are the holdouts that are protecting the gun lobby, I don't think it's going to change much. So that means Americans have to act. They have to act with compassion. They have to act with being heard, with protesting, so that this type of inaction and cowardice no longer has a place in American politics. Look, we're the only country in the world that has this problem. It's not mental health. It's not video games. It's guns. There's 400 million guns on the streets of America. I know it's a tough problem to take them away. We're not talking about taking them away, but we should at least be working on the problem to make it better.
Yeah, and I do wonder, I think about this all the time as I think of, stories as I spend time on the ground in red states where people, not just support the Second Amendment, but really like their guns and especially their ARs, which is what's being used over and over. Tell me, I think a lot of people are growing, as you said, politicized or even desensitized. And I wonder if there's a danger in that. Can you tell me, just in your political experience, in your experience on the ground, just what has worked to bring people together, to remove the politics of it?
Well, you have to make it personal. And I think you also have to create hope that there is a future that can be better. And you have to speak reality. Look, mayors are in the reality business. And the reality is this type of violence can happen anywhere. And it just happened in my city yesterday and took one of my good friends' lives. That could happen to any one of us in America. And until you accept that as a reality and get a sense of urgency around that and request that those that we vote into office change, it's not going to change. But that's your role as a citizen. You can't sit on the couch and feel helpless. You have to mobilize. You have to activate for what you believe in. And we've got to be sensitive to the fact that Second Amendment rights need to be protected. But we can protect those, and we can protect ourselves as citizens the same way. I don't want anybody's child or grandchild to be killed, or anybody. But that's the reality of the America that we live in today, and that is unacceptable for this country we call exceptional. That is not exceptional. It's exceptionally horrible and has to stop.
I mean, and you mentioned something that's very important. It's not about doing away with the Second Amendment, and it's not about taking away people's guns in general. It's I think what the advocacy is around is about some kinds of legislation that I think, I mean, just from my own surveys on the ground, a lot of people support.
It needs to not be an all or nothing sort of discussion, because then we end up with nothing. All right.
That's
Greg
right.
Fischer.
And look, I can guarantee you the framers of the Constitution, if they appeared today, they'd be horrified with what's going on. But we're a country that's capable of great things. We have to put politics aside, focus on this as a problem, and come up with better solutions so people can go about safely each and every day.
Right. Sorry for your loss, and appreciate you coming to speak with us. Greg Fischer.